Hi guys, it's me again. As you probably noticed since the last time I spoke to you about a month ago, I've had a haircut since then, so I hope I look better than what I did the last time. But I felt I felt compelled to actually do another video. This isn't something that I've done for a long time. This is only like the second or third video that I have spoken about myself. I try and stay a private person, but sometimes I feel better about things, and especially after the first video that I did when I was overcoming a fear. The amount of responses that I got from that, I think it was like 128 comments on Facebook and so many likes, and that's just Facebook. But the amount of instant messages that I was getting from people who related to what it was that I was saying about fear, as well as complimenting what I was doing and saying, well done, they were also telling me what their fears were and that they're going to try and overcome them. So I would challenge them to overcome their fears. So it was hard hitting for some people. It brought a lot of things into their life that they're trying to overcome themselves, and it helped. Um, so, I mean, I had like a 500 word instant message from a guy. I had, even the other day, there was a guy that I spoke to that I hadn't spoke to since 2017, but he watched my video and he had to reach out. So that's the problem. Not a lot of people are communicating. Not a lot of people are seeing the signs that there's people under pressure, under stress, or under feeling anxious. Maybe people feel ashamed about saying it to other people. I'm very much a problem shared is a problem half type of person. So I do try and talk about it, but a couple of months ago I wouldn't have. I very much kept things to myself. In the last 12 months, as with everybody, they've all had issues thrown against them, and it's how we dealt with those issues at the time determines how your mindset is. And as I said in my first video, I was always focusing on the negative. My language would be negative. There's one or two individuals that highlight that to me and immediately stop what I'm saying and ask me to reflect on what I've just said. I'm beginning to change. Everybody's had relationship issues or financial issues or accommodation issues, but the reason why I'm doing this video is I'm seeing a number of people on Indeed, for example, and Facebook, who are ex-colleagues, who and Indeed colleagues recently, who have unfortunately been made redundant. All I'm asking you to do is keep believing in yourself and keep positive. You have to believe in your abilities. You have to get your name out there. Use all the social media sites to get your name out there. Because I myself, to add on to everything else that's happened to me in the last 12 months, I myself was officially made redundant last Tuesday. We were placed at risk a couple of weeks ago, and I decided to keep one eye on the job and one eye on looking after myself. And because I'm in this house by myself, I've got a mortgage to look after, as we all do. So I had to grab the bull by the horns and make sure that I'm going to be able to cover the mortgage. So to do that, a couple of months ago, I would have crumbled. I would have wouldn't get up out of bed. I would just pull the covers over my face. But after attending 10 of 12 classes of Stevie Kids Masterclass, the amount of personal development I've done myself has been huge. I mean, any negativity that comes into my life now, excuse the French, it's either told to fuck off, I don't care, or it's your loss. And certainly in some situations, it's all three. But being made redundant, I looked at it as an opportunity. I also looked at it, what's the worst that can happen? I could lose the house, four walls, so I know that I had other options if that was indeed the case. But I always had the belief in myself, partly because of Stevie Kid, but partly because I had changed my mindset. I had belief in myself that I was going to get another job. I was officially made redundant at Tuesday at 10 o'clock. On Tuesday at 12 o'clock, I had an interview. And on Friday morning today, I got offered the job. That's how quickly it can happen for those people that have been made redundant. Listen, and don't get me wrong, there still are triggers. I mean, for example, within the last 3 months, I've actually lost 2 stone in weight. The amount of people that have noticed my face and things like that, 2 stone in weight, because of the anxiety and the stress of like, what am I going to do? But I would feel the pain in my chest, but I'm like, I'm going to take control of this back. I'm not going to let this stop me what I'm doing. So I would even do simple things like shut my laptop down, go onto YouTube and watch, do a guided meditation for 15 minutes. I take control of my breathing back. So there are going to be tough times for those that were in the same position as myself, that have been made redundant. All I'm asking you to do is just keep believing. So how do you stay positive? Well, you've got to ask yourself the question, what is it that you're passionate about? You have to do things that you're passionate about, and it makes you feel good, doesn't it? So for people like I know that have unfortunately been made redundant, Andy Torrance, for example, pick up your guitar, write a song. I challenge you to write a song, and I want to hear it. I want to see you do a video of it. In my case, it was reaching out and overcoming my fear of not being good enough, and doing online interviews with bands. I've now done 3, and I must admit, while I was under the influence the other night, thanks Mandy and Simon, of having some red wine, I've now created a YouTube channel, which you can also subscribe to. I will put it on the link of this video. And while I've done that, I created a YouTube channel, and I posted that on Facebook, and of course a couple of bands saying well done and all the rest of it and stuff. And because I was under the influence, I was saying, would you like an interview? Would you like an interview? Would you like an interview? So while I was comfortable in doing interviews like on a Thursday night, I've done one last night, Thursday. I've now got one on Sunday. I've now got one on Tuesday, and I've now got one next Thursday. So I'm pushing myself because I'm passionate about it, and that's what I'm asking you guys to do. Just do something that you're passionate about, because I'm telling you, see the feeling of elation after you've done it. Every single interview that once I press the stop button, stop and record, I go, yes, because it's an achievement. And I'm absolutely delighted myself on the sense of euphoria of overcoming your fear of not being good enough. I urge you all to try it for yourself. So for those that were made redundant, just keep believing. I mean, it's how you think about the event that ruins your life. It's not the event itself. So if you go into it with a positive mindset, then you're going to achieve your goals. You're going to get something like yourself. Like I said, there are jobs out there. It might have been a case of I was at the right place at the right time, but you just have to let people know who you are. Maybe that's a question for yourself actually as well. Who are you? But look at it as an opportunity. Maybe look at it as something that you can do, something that you want to do. What is it that you're passionate about? Admittedly, I tried to go for jobs that, I mean, police custodial officer, me. But you were desperate, like needs must. But there's always going to be something out there for you. And I'm lucky that there is another training provider that is actively recruiting, and I got the job. So I have got absolutely no doubt that anybody that I have seen on my Indeed and Facebook, if unfortunate events happen to you as well, I know that you'll get there. Because I always look to myself as not being strong. I always looked at everybody else being stronger than me. Like in my counselling group, all my other counsellors, I always thought that they were better than me. And that's the way that I looked at life. Not anymore. I told you what I do with any negativity. Told you where it goes. There are always triggers. That's told where to go as well. But I hope that everybody's going to be okay. I've got more videos to come up. I'm just going to keep doing things that I'm happy about. I hated this house that I've just moved. I moved into this new house on March the 6th. I hated it. I hated looking at the same 4 walls. But now I'm a happier place up there. I'm going to do stuff that I'm passionate about. that I'm happy about, and do things to the house, make it mine. So I wish you guys all the best. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Get yourself known out there. Best of luck in finding yourself a job. If I can get a job, you guys can get a job, okay? See you after.